Hello, I'm Fadi Suleiman, and this is my assessment on the reform of the childcare subsidy policy. Current policy. Firstly, I shall discuss the childcare subsidy policy that overtook the childcare benefit and childcare rebate policies on the 2nd of July 2018, which cost the government approximately $1.6 billion. Some of the cited beneficial outcomes of the policy from the Australian Government Department of Education and Training are: the money generated is given directly to the childcare providers. The policy is simpler than the previous system, and it is better targeted and provides more assistance to low and middle income families. The eligibility for the childcare subsidy involves meeting requirements such as age of child, immunization, residency requirements, and lastly, the individual must be liable for the pay provided. The last aspect, and the most contentious part of the policy, is the level of entitlement, which are based on three factors. These are combined annual family income, activity level of both parents, and type of service the child attends. The major reason this is problematic involves the many external factors and possibilities this policy leaves unaccounted for. The primary failure here involves the stringent levels of activity test expected by the government on low-income families who simply cannot meet the standard requirements. Research and literature. According to the literature presented and the basis of the policy itself, different types of families and different types of incomes families bring in have been affected by this change differently. The critique presented in the literature by Ozbudget involves a self-proclaimed, simplified efficiency of the newfound policy. They claimed, opposed to how the new policy is advertised, it has become quite complex regarding the varying aspects of each household and the new activity test, which will in turn affect monetary assistance. Another negative found includes major subsidy reduction that unemployed parents will now face, with many factors not taken into consideration in cases where families face circumstances out of their control. With research into the policy, an unforeseen hitch regarding the complexity of the online system caused online services to fail and shut down. This poor implementation has forced many families to be unable to register their details online. This in turn meant these families had to pay subsidy payments upfront and were told their money would be recouped upon them solving the system issues. However, for many low-income families, this does very little to assist them when money is imperatively needed to continue putting their children in childcare. Further research brought to my attention a couple of examples of families whose circumstances which were out of their control forced them to be heavily penalized. In these stories printed by the ABC News, including Rebecca Tucker, who was diagnosed with breast cancer whilst pregnant with her second child. With the side effects of chemotherapy and radiation treatment, her children are looked after by an in-home childcare worker while their husband is at work. She stated, "The problem is, we don't fit the mold." This is truly the case, as the policy does not recognize her cancer as a permanent disability, and therefore she is now in line to lose her payments. For another mother, Olivia White, a self-employed blogger with a large following and a husband who is also self-employed, they too do not fit this mold. Due to the new activity test, which is part of the policy, their hours fluctuate from week to week, with it heavily exceeding or heavily falling short of the criteria. She also stands to be harshly penalized with her subsidy rates. Olivia stated that the activity test was restrictive for women who cannot return to traditional workforces. The new policy in turn can be seen as a step in the wrong direction for many families in circumstances such as these. It does not take into account the ethical factors of a family's lack of control in circumstances such as this, and stands to take money they would otherwise be receiving. Reform proposal. Regarding reform proposal, the most imperative aspects involve scrapping the activity test or a complete overhaul of how it is calculated. The test involves hours worked, which can be problematic if it does not take into account the many parents whose hours fluctuate from week to week due to jobs where the circumstances are out of their control, or the fact that it is an inherent part of self-employed work. This creates ethical dilemmas for families at home who wish to work in a modern job but have children that are their priority. Another aspect which is to be reformed is the health-related external circumstances which are not encompassed in the NDIS system, which does not encompass all illnesses, such as in the story of Rebecca Tucker, for instance. Health-related issues which are debilitating must be taken into account when calculating subsidy. The harsh subsidy penalties for newly unemployed should be removed. In its place, a system where unemployed families who remain unemployed for a prolonged period of time shall be punished the more time they spend unemployed, and then lower the amount of effort to become employed or look for employment. Lastly, families should not have to suffer due to the inability to put in information when online services are down. This is out of their control and should not in turn mean taking money out of their pockets. Better futures. Ultimately, these reforms result in a better future for parents and children everywhere. Ethically, it takes into consideration the dilemmas that are faced when families are no longer in control of their financial safety due to circumstances out of their control or not of their doing. Parents will no longer be punished for pursuing modern or traditional work because it does not fit the criteria of the activity test. Unemployed parents will be given the chance to earn their way into the subsidy bracket in attempts to find work. Another imperative aspect of the better future ahead is the parents who do not fit the certain criteria of being sick or physically injured, even when they are evidently not able to look after their children. We will no longer punish them for this predicament that they are now in.